Zeus. This no-drama family picture severely contrasts with the version we get a few centuries later in the Homeric hymns, which give us a very different and more familiar rundown of the circumstances of Artemis and Apollo's birth. For one thing, the Homeric hymn to Apollo describes Leto giving birth to Artemis on the island of Ortygia, the location of which is uncertain because it could be referring to a half a dozen places of the same name, including one all the way at the boot end of Italy. And I know they're gods, and I know the rules are different, but I'm counting this as evidence for my "these guys were not always twins" theory, because giving birth to twins on different islands seems wildly impractical. And in fact, the Homeric hymn does not call them twins. Now, perhaps they are still implied to be twins by the fact that they both seem to be the result of the same vaguely defined one-night stand with Zeus, and it's biologically unlikely otherwise, but they're gods, man! The rules are weird! Anything can happen! Anyway, the hymn explains that Leto is having an absolute bear of a time trying to find a place to have her baby/babies, in large part because of Hera, who is very angry at this whole situation. And while the causality is not directly stated in the hymn, fear of Hera's wrath is implied to be a large part of why all the places Leto tries to settle down to have her baby kick her out again. And the island agrees. But Hera does not, and keeps Aletheia, goddess of childbirth, on a short leash for 9 days and nights until the other goddesses fire off a message to kick her out of bed and she zips down to help Leto out. Apollo is finally born, and everyone is really impressed with how cool and badass he is, and he declares that the lyre and the bow will be his symbols and he will speak the will of Zeus. In celebration, Delos blooms with golden flowers, and true to his word, no matter how many temples Apollo gets, his shrine at Delos is always the best.